Disclaimer, in this episode we have had a bottle of wine and
It's nearly smacked mine off the computer screen, my glass.
and we might be talking a little bit fast and it might be a little bit sporadic, but let's just embrace it. Here
We're a
we
bit
go.
pissed.
You're listening to The Gal Code, hosted by me, Rob Gartland.
And me, BB Bagnall.
Thanks for joining us this week to discuss hot topics, our pit and the peak of the week.
And our Gal Code, the rules to live by.
Let's get started.
Oh my god, hi Rob!
Hello, how are you?
Coming to you live from the north.
This is our first ever podcast. Cheers.
Cheers. You hear that? That's rosé. You hear that? That's Aldi rosé.
We're on the Lady Juice today.
Bless my dad. He was like, I bought you a French rosé. Because he knows I'm obsessed with Côte de Provence rosé. And I was like, I bet it's the one that I've been drinking. It's like £6.50 from Aldi. It's doable, but
I think it's quite delicious, to be
it
honest.
is quite nice. But basically, I think for £6.50, it's really good.
Supposedly, everyone says Aldi is great for alcohol.
Yeah.
I've heard that by pretty much everyone I know who shops there.
I remember I once had like an alcoholic, like organic. It was either an organic Prosecco or white wine or rosé, and it was delish. But no, I'm making my way through Côte de Provence because I obviously love Whispering Angel.
Yeah,
But it's £18.
Is it £18?
It's £18 per bottle. It didn't used to be that much.
It's because Waitrose and supermarkets had a 30% off or something for a really long time.
Yes, they always whack it on. Also, side note, when I went to Sushi Samba, a bottle of Whispering Angel was £80 pound. It was like £84.
Ridiculously in restaurants.
Yeah.
The markup is insane.
And like a Magnum was like 130 or 150, but a Magnum in Waitrose is about £38 because I bought one for New Year's.
To Help Out doesn't do 50% off the beverages.
Honestly.
I haven't actually done it yet, apart from I went to Nando's. I did a 3-hour walk, waited 100 minutes, and then they didn't ever ask me for my order.
That's just sad times. I saw you complaining about this on Twitter.
I have sent an email. Maybe that'll be my peak or pit in the week, depending on what they get back to me with next week.
Well, I did once complain to Nando's, and I got a full platter situation.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because then I could go on a non-eat out to help out day and enjoy some free food.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, or even takeaway. I've never actually got Nando's as a takeaway, but it could be a vibe.
Right, okay, Nando's takeaway does hit different to actual Nando's,
Because the
but
food
when
sweats.
you're hungover, it's so good.
Ooh, I've never considered that.
Oh, it's just, sometimes have to be in like a certain mood for it, but what's your Nando's order?
Butterfly chicken plain. Plain is spicy enough for me.
Fuck off.
I can't lie, I can't
Sorry for that swear, but what?
I can't go spicier than plainish. It's plainish,
Plain's
isn't it?
not even, there's nothing on there. You can't even do
I
lemon
have to
and
do the
herb.
side breathing. You know where you breathe through the sides of your teeth, like, because of how spicy it is. So I do plain, and
Plain's
then
not spicy,
I
what
do
the fuck?
the chips but with the peri salt on the side because it's very intense.
I'm confused. Why can you hack peri salt, but you
I can't, so
hack?
it's on the side. So I do a sprinkling, and then I do the
Oh
normal
my
salt,
God.
and then I would do a corn, but I don't eat it off the cob. I use my knife and cut.
I actually can't have corn on the cob. The
teeth.
feeling of the teeth and that freaks me out.
So you cut it so it's like a sweet corn.
Yeah.
Then I have been known sometimes if I am hungover to then order garlic bread and then put the chicken inside the garlic bread and create like a sandwich situation. And
Yeah.
I'll only use ketchup. I don't like any of the other sauces. They're very loose sauces. They're not thick enough for me.
I'm not going to lie. I don't rate your Nando's order one
Yeah.
little bit. The only thing I do rate is the potential garlic bread burger, but I'm not being funny. But what the fuck is that?
I could literally make it at home. Plain chicken with a little bit of spice, some chips with maybe some salt, but I'll decide when it arrives, ketchup and some vegetables.
Do you know what it is? I'm actually like pescatarian, but for Nando's
Mm-hmm.
I'll have chicken. Actually, do you know what we're talking about this? My Facebook memory was that it was like a Facebook status, and I went to get a Nando's and they'd run out of chicken.
Oh my God.
I remember that happening in Finsbury Park. So mine is the Fino Pitta.
What's that?
So it's kind of like obviously pita bread, chicken wing with halloumi, caramelized onion, aioli. It's gorgeous, and then chips. But you taught me this: get the peri salt on the side because you get more
Yeah,
when they
always
give you a pot on the side than when they actually put it on the chips.
And if you ask for it once you've already got your food, you don't get charged.
Yeah, see, life hacks. So I have that, and then halloumi on the side as well. So I have the halloumi in the pitta and on the side. I love halloumi. your Rob's face right now. He's like vomiting.
I honestly think halloumi is one of the worst experiences. It's like chewing on plastic.
Unpopular opinion right there.
Is that unpopular?
Absolutely.
I think that's-
Halloumi bangs. Halloumi is so good.
It is like chewing on plastic, you have to admit it.
Nando's halloumi cheese is just something else.
It's like a fried egg on the bottom, like all around. It's
What?
just like, oh,
No, oh
that
my
crispy,
God, stop.
plasticky flavored
It's
cheese.
not crisp. It's not plastic. Anyway, so I get that.
I actually feel shivers. It really stresses me out.
Bottomless drink, and then my Nando's hack: don't get Peronaise. When they bring your food, ask for mayo. Nando's mayo is not like Hellman's mayo. It's something else. It's so creamy, and Nando's it's so good.
Because that could touch on one of my things for later on. But
Oh God.
the only thing I hate about Nando's as well is that you can't reserve a table. I hate going to a restaurant. I had a 100-minute wait. I hate going to a restaurant and not knowing I've got a table booked. I think it's silly.
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. Just walk in.
But like, if you wanted to go there for a celebration, I probably wouldn't celebrate my birthday at Nando's at the age of 24, but I probably would have at the age of 17. And I like a table reservation. I also like table service.
No, I love the fact that Nando's isn't table service because it's just that you don't have that thing of, oh, excuse me, can I get the bill, please? Yep, thank you. It's like all done.
But now you pay on an app.
Oh, that's what I had when I went to. Okay, so me, Meg, and Al, we had our bougie sushi samba day. You know, eat out to help out. That took £30 off the bill, which is like 10%.
Such a philanthropist. Look at you go.
But also, like, I'm not being funny. Sushi samba, that food was sensational.
Was it banging?
Oh my God, it's so good.
Hit the spot.
I tried octopus. It was so yummy.
I am such a fussy eater. Like, even your Nando's order, you named so many elements. I can do like 2 elements in a dish.
Could you do? So there was this thing that was, I think it was one of our favourites, and it was shrimp tempura in truffle.
No, I don't like shrimp.
Oh,
I really don't really eat a lot of fish. I only eat sea bass and salmon, and
I
sometimes
love sea
tuna.
bass. Do you know what's gorgeous? The Waitrose sea bass. It's like chili and something sea bass. So good.
But then I'd rather make those decisions myself with a piece of plain fillet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't like seasonings. I only learnt to use black pepper in March.
Oh my God, this is painful.
I use molten rock sea salt. And
absolutely molten rock,
I'm sorry,
always.
The table situation is flying far away from me.
It's disgusting.
What
I
in
cannot.
the grain? And it gets everywhere. I like a crunchy salt.
Oh, same. Have you ever had that in avocado?
I don't like avocado.
Oh, to be fair, I didn't like avocado until about 6 months ago.
Avocado and a difficult Starbucks order are the only things I feel I could add to my life and make me exceed my basic levels that I really wish I could do, but I can't do either because I don't drink coffee.
I forgot what I was actually talking about before that. I was talking about sushi samba. Okay, right. So then we went to, is it Blame Gloria? Yeah. Why are you laughing?
The best place to go just to get absolutely trashed.
Honestly, so good.
It's like a hen party pre-drink central. Like,
I actually went there after a hen party.
Did you? Isn't it the vibe?
It's so good.
Oh.
So for those who don't know, it's like there's a chain in London, I think called Adventure Group or something, but they have Tonight Josephine, which everyone would have seen on Instagram. It's like pink neon holographic.
And the mug shots are on the toilets.
Yeah, Instagram dream. And then basically Blame Gloria is in Covent Garden. We went in, it was like a Monday night, and it was like quite dead, to be fair. But I just think the tunes are good, the cocktails are good, and you order on the app, and my app glitched as I ordered, so I accidentally ordered twice. I feel like because I haven't had my hot girl summer that I deserve, I'm a bit like a loose cannon at the moment. So give me like a bougie restaurant scenario followed by like, woo, let's go out afterwards on a Monday. I am honestly like a party popper let loose. So I was like,
That's
shots.
such a great saying.
I was like, shots. Then it came and it was like 6 shots. And I was like, I ordered 3. And they were like, you ordered 6. And I was like, fine, whatever. I mean, it was on my credit card anyway. And then I was like, okay, woohoo. And then we did our shots, cocktail, ordered another cocktail. Because it was so dead, they actually have a second bar there. I decided when my second cocktail arrived, although technically it was my third because I accidentally ordered 2, to just go behind the bar that was unmanned and just pour Belvedere vodka into my drink.
Wait, did anyone see you do this, or was it your choice?
No, my choice.
Okay, I thought someone had helped you into that situation.
No, the bar was there. You could walk behind it. No one was there.
I'm going to pour myself another glass of rosé.
Yeah, pour me one as well.
And let's do our pin
Let's
peeks
do
for the
pin
week.
peek of the week.
Do.
That's fine. You add yourself a bit more if you want.
Ooh, sound effects. Almost choked on my rosé. 1 second. You know when you get caught in the throat. Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
He's fine. Okay. Oh, you've got an unknown number calling you, babe.
Oh my God, who is it?
Put it on speaker.
Hello?
You've got an
Hello?
accident.
My name is Aaliyah Cross, and I'm calling from Speedway Advisors.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been informed that you was involved in a car accident that wasn't your fault.
It's
Is that
fake.
right?
No, I don't drive.
Have you been involved in any accident or incident?
I mean, unless it was an Uber driver, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm fine. She hung up.
She hung up.
I do feel bad because look, they're
I
just
don't know
trying
if
to
that-
do their
I
job.
don't
But
think that was a real person. I think that was like a voice record.
oh yeah, because it
you
the
said
delay.
it, and there's no like real reaction.
That's so true. I mean,
Have you been in an accident? No, Hannah. I don't.
I
actually
don't
care.
drive. I've got a driving license, but I do not drive.
I failed my theory 7 times, so I don't have a driving license, nor do I have a theory test. After 30 hours of lessons, I was told that I can do maneuvers, I just can't drive.
In my first driving test, I rolled down a hill backwards, and the examiner had to slam the brakes on because I just took my hands off the wheel and screamed.
Did you turn it left to go? Have I failed? Or...
Well, I was just like, well, I fucked it now. And then literally seconds after that, we were going... To be fair, he took me on this horrendous route. Like,
Yeah.
horrendous. Even my driving instructor was like, I didn't know that was on the route. And basically, I thought I was going on a slip road onto a dual carriageway. So I was like, screw, like national speed limit. And then he was like, I'm just going to slam the brakes on because you're about to crash into that car. And this is a giveaway sign at the end of this. And I was like,
shit.
you're just a dickhead. And then...
Yeah.
I just was like, fuck this. I
Driving.
cried the whole way back with my examiner to my house because I was just like, I just got so unlucky.
But did you pass on the second?
Yeah.
Well, look at that. She's
Mhm.
winning. Well, I'm going to start with my peak.
Mhm.
So my peak this week is I've returned to the north.
I am so glad this is the peak.
I am literally loving my life.
Because obviously I came back for the whole of ISO and you stayed in London. I kept kind of being like, come back. And
did.
you were like, no. And then now you've come back and you're like loving it.
I'm obsessed. I literally love
Yeah.
this way of life. I've done long walks. I've seen people. It's so casual. You just go for strolls down the beach, get the fresh air. Everything's like 1 mile per hour and it's amazing. And I think I just don't take it for granted anymore. Stepping away from it and now coming back to it. And also every other time I come home, it's normally like, I've got 4 days. I've got 3 days. I'm on
and
a
you try to
timeline.
pack in
Oh,
so much
so
stuff
you're
and
like-
you don't enjoy it.
I'm more scheduled than a work day.
Yeah.
But now I'm just living my life. I'm carefree. I'm going for a stroll if I fancy it. It's just lovely. So I'm having a whale of a time. But my pit of the week this week, I actually was juggling between 2. They're both like not hugely affecting me, but I'm just getting very frustrated in the world we live in.
Let it all out, hun.
I am so sick to death of the reaction people have to wearing masks in this fucking country. I'm gone on public transport in Newcastle and there's no one in masks. I'm in like supermarkets and people aren't wearing their masks.
Okay, we understand there is people who can't actually wear masks.
So my belief is...
But I think some people are taking advantage of that.
Yeah, so my belief is, if you have something that prevents you wearing a mask, I don't know what there is. Like, I mean, I
If
have
you're
asthma.
deaf and you rely on lip reading,
Oh, absolutely.
I can understand that. Or to be honest, I don't really know.
I think there's some breathing conditions.
Okay.
But I think if that was you wouldn't mind proving it.
For 20 minutes
Is
in
that
marathons.
is that mean to say? I don't know if people don't want to prove that they've got an illness, but if you're not wearing a mask at this point,
It's like, you know, on the tube, you have the baby on board badge. If you're pregnant, you need a seat.
Yeah.
Or if you've got an invisible health condition, you have
Such
offer
a
me a
good
seat.
idea.
You need a badge that's like, I don't know, something that says
Yeah.
about not wearing a
do
mask.
you know what? That's such a good idea. Something that's there, which is like mask free, still support. I don't know, something. I'm sick to bloody death of it. And I sat on a metro the other day with 2 friends, which is like the Newcastle version of like a tube, public transport.
It's fine.
And I'm looking across, and everyone in there's groups of kids throwing like lit cigarettes around. I mean, that's another story and a half. But no one was wearing a mask, and it got me
Oh.
so irritated. I just thought, why the hell do people just not care?
It's
Drunk
selfish.
girls, like people in their 20s, not a single soul apart from us and a medical worker.
The thing is, as well, when you wear a face mask, you are protecting others from you.
Exactly.
So if you don't wear one, that's a very selfish decision.
It's just annoying. And then you have the people who are going on holiday. I was watching the news yesterday. Go have the time of your life if you want to go to Europe and go abroad. Absolutely your prerogative. But when they say you're going to have to quarantine, you come back on Saturday, and they're filming everyone pile onto planes and rush home. We can't quarantine. Well, it makes no difference if you came home yesterday, today, or tomorrow, because it's all under the same country.
I
So
don't
maybe-
understand the government's logic. I
Yeah,
just don't.
But also, as the government, it's a stupid thing to say in 3 days everyone's going to have to quarantine. But as a human being, have some moral compass.
if you are going abroad and like taking that risk to go abroad, then be prepared for the consequences.
Exactly, that's how I feel.
Do you know what? That actually ties into my pit of the week as
does
well.
it?
Have we just reached like a coronavirus slump? Because my pit of the week was my train journey home last
What
night.
happened?
There was just a huge group of people who basically just weren't obeying, and I kind of was about to have a bit of a panic attack breakdown. I got on the train and I've got my reserved seat, and you know, because I've gone back and forth from the north to south, I have my Dettol aerosol spray, so I spray the whole seat down,
Yep, I
the
would do the
window or wall next to me, the seat in front of me. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I go a bit Naomi Campbell. Then I have my wipes and I wipe like the armrest down, the phone charger bit down, the table down, because they don't clean those trains
But
properly.
also, you trust yourself.
I sat down, and when I first got the train back from Newcastle to London, it was 2 meter social distance, so it was fantastic. Plus, we were still like a very like early in the easing of restrictions. So I think it was 8 people got on at Newcastle to go to
Yeah.
London. Usually it's about 50. So I was like, brilliant. And gradually now it's 1 meter, so someone can actually sit in the chair in front of you.
Do you know what? When I got my
Yeah.
train, I was confused about that. There's people
It's-
in every single seat.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? And it freaked me out at first, but I've kind of got used to it. Anyway, there's this whole group, it's like a community of people, and they were across the whole train. They had so much luggage, piled all their suitcases on, squashed my little suitcase. And I always stress about my suitcase on the train.
Oh, I do. You gave me this tip. You check online because the platform comes up before it comes up on the board.
Yes.
So I get to the doors I'm at. As soon as they're like, you can board it, go on straight away. My suitcase is on the top shelf. It's big. It takes up pretty much the whole thing. Sorry, guys. You're not moving it. I know it's safe. And then I like to be able to stare at it.
I like to know that it's there.
I always book a seat right next. Individual
I
seat.
go further towards it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not
I
leaving
just
that
stress.
strand.
I just stress about
Someone's going
it.
to run off with it in Northallerton. I don't think so.
The thing is as well, like, that's never happened to me, touch wood, but like it stresses me out. So basically they weren't sat in their seats. They were stood by the suitcases, by the toilets, in between the carriages, talking to each other in groups, walking up and down the carriage. They didn't have face masks on. And if they did, they were pulled down towards their
Oh
chin.
my God, my least favourite thing in the world.
And I was
Don't
stressing.
wear it, but not wear it.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
I think that's worse. And basically, there was this woman kind of diagonal to me, and I could tell it was stressing her out. And she said to them, she was like, "Excuse me, you need to sit down in your seats. You can't be in groups." And they just ignored her. And then the train manager was like, "Everyone needs to be wearing a face mask, covering your chin and your nose and your mouth, and sit in your your seat reservations. It's reservation only. You have to be sat in those seats."
Yep.
And nothing. And I mean, this was in every single carriage. It wasn't just mine. Like, it was
Oh,
huge.
really?
And she was like, "What coach are you supposed to be in?" She checked their ticket. She was like, "Coach K, you're on Coach H. This isn't the right coach. You need to be in your reserve seat." Ignored. And I think she gave up. And as she walked past me, I was like, "Excuse me, is there any way you can find me to sit that is spacious?"
this.
Because I'm starting to really panic at this point. And coronavirus has made me a little bit of a germaphobe. And I mean, I was a bit of a clean freak before. Now it's a bit heightened.
I was already there.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? If I'm going to be on a train of people and the carriage is crowded, but they're all doing the rules, fine. If I'm on a carriage that's half full, but they're not doing the rules, count me out. I can't. You're walking up and down me. You're leaning over the seats. Basically, that woman who asked them to leave ended up moving to a different seat.
Yep.
And then they were like kneeling on her seat, chatting, leaning. And I was like, I can't. There's just germs everywhere. Stressed me out. The woman was like, "No problem. Come with me. It's quieter up to the train." And she helped me get my suitcase out.
Good. Oh.
Yeah, and she was like, "Coach C is like completely quiet." I got like a 4 with a table, and she was like, "Let me know if you need anything." She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine. I just need space. I need people who sit there." But diagonally in front of me was another part of the people, and face mask. I mean, I sent you a photo on the chin, not on the mouth or the nose, and I was just like, "Why?"
I'm just fed up. I
I'm
can't lie.
fed up.
And we probably sound so negative, but I'm just so fed up.
I
Just
understand.
wear a bloody mask.
I understand it's an inconvenience, but just fucking do it.
Should we just make a gal code rule 7A? Wear a fucking
Well,
mask.
I'm not being funny, but my rule for the gal code this week was wear a mask. And this was before I knew that this was all going to be a thing.
It's a 7A. Wear a bloody mask.
Wear your fucking
Oh my
mask.
God.
I'm sorry, but it's just like...
I'll never get back on a plane or train without a mask on, though. Sorry. Never. I wouldn't get public transport. If I'm wearing anything for the rest of my life at this point, I want to wear a mask, to be
I'm
honest.
really used to it, and like to the point where I've got them coordinating my outfits. I actually quite look forward to coordinating my mask to my outfit.
Oh, wonderful. The thing is, it is giving me a little bit of a blotchy skin situation.
We are getting a bit of maskne.
Because oh my God, I love that
Maskne,
saying.
yeah.
Maskne. I actually came up with a word that I wanted to use.
Yeah.
So this is a real good word that I like. So, you know when you're talking to someone and you feel like you want to meet up with them and you just feel really like, oh my God, I'm just so invested. You're in a dictatorship.
Oh
You're being
my
dictated
God.
by the dick. Isn't that quite good?
That is so good.
So I was saying this week, I just feel like I'm in a dictatorship. I don't know how to get out of it. I'm being dictated. And my sister was like, I literally love that. I was like,
I'm gonna go by that.
dictated. Isn't that quite good?
We need to get that on the grid on our
I
Instagram.
know, sorry, I got off point. Anyway, what's your peak of the week? Let's move on to happier
Oh,
days.
positive. I got my eyebrows done eventually.
Oh.
Thank you, Boris, for sporadically at like 10:30 p.m. on a Thursday announcing that the following Saturday beauty salons can reopen. I love how spontaneous that was.
Do you know what I love? Rishi, please go out and spend money in restaurants Monday through Wednesday with some money off. Boris, we all need to lose weight, so can everyone eat healthy, please? Matt Hancock, everyone stay inside. Please stay inside. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but even in a bipartisan manner, I'm sensing a little bit of miscommunication.
So anyway, it's like 11 p.m. You'll get BBC News alert, and it's like beauty salons can open for face contact, whatever the hell it was. And I was like, eyebrows. So I was reunited at Sapphire Clapham.
How was it?
Sensational. It was a
Amazing.
bit weird having someone quite close to the face, but like, do you know what? I get on so well with my brow lady. Like, do you know what? She's not even like my brow lady at this point. She's like a friend, and
Oh.
and I love it. And it was just so nice to see her, get her back on the brows, and then I got my eyelashes done as well. And that pampering, I just feel a bit more complete.
Sometimes you just need it, don't you?
I just needed it. So that was my peak of the week.
Oh my God, I have another pit of the week that I just remembered.
Oh my God.
My love life has got even worse.
What?
I can't fathom this. So, I went on a date with a guy. This is how bad my love life is. I went on a date with a guy about 6 weeks ago, a month ago, and we haven't spoken probably since, but like, he told me he had a lot of, like, he didn't actually ask me one question about myself on the date.
What?
But he had a lot going for him, so I was enthralled. And 14 days passed and we hadn't spoken, and then I get a text from him out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my God, let me look. And he literally texted me saying, I'm going to have to take myself off the market. Met a really cute guy from Austria, and then sent me a selfie of them.
What?
I was like, even the boys I don't want are messaging me to tell me that they're off the market.
What the fuck?
Isn't that bizarre? I was like, I've never felt worse in my life. And
Oh my God, do you know what?
what?
So you know how obviously on dating episode I was like talking about the boy who I was like speaking to,
Yeah.
what feelings did her. Then I posted like a selfie on my Instagram stories of the day, and then you like replied back with like a fire emoji, and I was like, fuck off. I was
Casper.
like,
He's a Casper.
I was like, I'm loving the attention. Give me all of the attention. Come here, date me, whatever. Then I was like, but if you're not going to do that, fuck off. Pen pal, go
Attention,
away.
everyone. We have a Casper in our midst. We have a friendly ghost.
That's why I was thinking, is this a breadcrumb or is it a Casper?
It's a bit of both.
And I was just like, I can't deal. I was like, I'd fully blocked you out of my mind. And then as soon as I blocked you, you creep back, replying to the Instagram story.
Not what we need.
I just was like, I was like, what do you expect me to reply to that? Like, hee 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 hee.
Should we head into today's topic?
Absolutely.
So today we are, after BB confessed her unpopular opinion last week, and I discussed my distaste for Beyonce, we have decided to head into our unpopular opinions. Like what you hear, or just like us and want to be supportive, head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review, and hit that subscribe button. It so matters in helping us get this thing off the ground. So go and do it! Okay, so we have both picked a few of our unpopular opinions, controversial, and we are going to debate them back and forth and just see what we feel really sort of confident about in our views.
I feel like my first one on my list is like, yeah, it's quite unpopular.
Oh no, okay.
It's no-
Please,
right,
can you start?
Right, no shade towards anyone.
Yeah, no shade in this entire episode.
No shade this entire episode, and then I feel like there's a but coming after that, but it's just my thoughts.
And if you listen in the first day, head over to our stories and you can vote on the polls about these
Yeah.
opinions. Yeah, a bit of an audience participation.
Okay, so I'm just going to say it. Your dog does not need an Instagram account. And can you stop writing captions in your dog's tone of voice? It just needs to stop. I'm sorry. Do you know what it is, right? I was all for a dog Instagram account because I love sausage dogs. I think I do follow a few sausage dogs. They have got thousands, like tens of thousands of followers, and they're funny. There's a sausage dog, actually, I don't even think I follow it anymore, but they used to dress it up in outfits and it would be like memes. I'm sorry, but I'm sick of like people getting a dog and then the Instagram account follows and then it's like, my parents. No. The thing is, you're sat there behind the Instagram account calling yourself, like being like, oh, me and my parents took me on an adventure today.
What do you mean parents? Like prince, but parents?
No, parents, but parents. See what I mean? It doesn't even make any sense.
I thought you meant they're calling their dog a prince because it's their child, so they're calling it a parent.
No, the dog is speaking to its owners. But you are the owner writing that, like, talking to yourself.
When they started with woof woof. No,
I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with it.
Some people do have them and they're really popular.
Yeah, but also they're popular because it's just followed by a shit ton of other dogs.
Oh, is it?
And then it's like...
The doggram.
The doggram. I guess there is this whole industry for doggram. And as a wannabe influencer, I respect that. But I personally just draw the line. At one point I was involved and I do actually have an Instagram for my future dog, but I forgot the password and I can't delete it.
Damn.
But like, no.
But this opens the question, how many Instagram accounts should a person have?
I mean, I've got loads.
What do you have them for?
So I've got my Instagram account.
Yeah.
I've got my private Instagram account.
Yeah, the Finsta.
The Finsta. I've got Gal Code.
Yeah.
And then me and Al decided really drunkenly after 2 bottles of wine to make a brunch Instagram account, which has got nothing on it because coronavirus happened and we didn't go out for brunch.
Nice.
Then when Al and I decided we were going to live together, we made, like, I secured the handle on like a London Gal Pad style Instagram account. It's kind of like, you know how people they buy a house and they do an Instagram account?
Yes.
It's like, I think it's different if you're a 20-something renting in London. So that was the hook on that one. Renting in London is just such like a thing.
God.
And like you rent a room and you've got to make it your vibe and stuff.
You have to. That's what, one thing I've done since being up north is my poor flatmates. I've literally sent about 20, 30 different parcels of new things to my room. And that'll be
It's like Christmas.
Oh my God. And Amazon delivery is the best.
Okay, so basically railing that back in.
The dogs.
Please, if you get a dog, just don't make an Instagram account for it.
I liked it a few years ago, though, because I had a friend who had one maybe 3 years ago for a dog that she adopted, and it already had its own Instagram account. And it's fine. But it just feels like, I think over lockdown as well, people got dogs and then weren't really into it.
Sips wine. Thank you, next.
Okay, so my first unpopular opinion...
Go for it.
...is you can never scrape on a condiment.
Right.
So I personally believe there are certain things in life that you should never scrape on, and a condiment is one of them. So I'm talking your ketchup. It has to be Heinz. I'm talking people's mayonnaise. People like a certain brand. There is staple brands that should be in your cupboard, and you can do your home brand other situations. But if I go to your house and I'm having some food, and you offer me some ketchup, and I say yes, and you walk in with your home brand, off-brand, non-Heinz ketchup, I'm going to be offended. I'm probably going to question the situation.
I thought you meant scrape as in like in a restaurant you get a little tub of mayo and you're scraping your chip against the mayo.
I mean, I'd agree with that too. That's very unclassy. But
I want all that mayo. But I'm with you on this. Heinz ketchup, always.
There's just certain things you shouldn't scrape on. But it also follows through my other unpopular opinion, which goes into the food section.
Yeah.
Which is, no one wants to see a picture of your Sunday roast. Dining in,
oh my God,
dining in photos are not cute. They're not delicious and they're not attractive. They never look nice. They look greasy, wet, and bizarre. We don't want to see an updated photo of your Chinese greasy takeaway. Your Indian takeaway never looks cute either. And I'm sorry, the number one uno on the list, a Sunday roast, might look good for you in person, but on that gram, it never looks cute.
My pet peeves when people tweet a picture of their Chinese and it's like chicken chow mein, chips. And you know what? There's nothing cultural about that Chinese. It's the most English meal you could ever have.
But it looks so greasy.
Like a chicken tikka masala is English.
When people shove their Indian on plates, people have those cardboard beige boxes. People Sunday roast where they've chucked their wet gravy because gravy has to be thick.
Yeah.
Gravy all over it. That is not cute.
Do you know what it is? I appreciate your nan's Sunday dinner is probably delicious. It does not look delicious on my Instagram boomerang.
What's your next one? This is just, it's like a rant episode, isn't it?
Obviously, this follows from my last episode, but like Friends is not funny. I do not understand. And you know what? You get those diehard Friends fans,
I'm
you
a
say
Friends
something and they're
fan.
like, oh my God, it's like when Ross from Friends did this, or when Monica went on holiday to the Dominican Republic and her hair was so frizzy. I don't get it.
I really like Friends. I think Friends is just really good background television.
It's background TV. It's not funny.
It's not laugh out loud, but it's like comfortable. It's like a warm hug. It's like a throw. What kind of sitcom would you watch rather than Friends? Or are you not a
I don't
sitcom
even
fan?
watch a sitcom.
Because you've got Friends like Big Bang Theory.
But do you know what it is? Like my brother used to watch Big Bang Theory. I can kind of tolerate it, but I would never put it on for choice.
Okay, so what's your go-to television show?
Gossip Girl.
So you prefer like a 42-minute sort of rom-com drama?
Oh, absolutely rom-com drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not Friends.
But Friends is very culturally like, it's like a staple in my life. I remember when I was younger, I'd buy all the box sets from HMV, all of them.
I feel like when people were watching Friends, I was watching like Waterloo Road and Tracy Beaker.
I loved Waterloo Road.
Waterloo Road was so good.
It's iconic.
That was honestly, I remember there was this one episode, I can't remember who it was, but like the mum got her kids taken away from her.
Oh.
I feel like the mum was maybe a dinner nanny in the school. I don't know. I'm going to
Was
have
it Sambuca Kelly?
Maybe it was.
The Kellys. And
It
then
was
one
the
of them-
Kellys.
One of them
Yes.
killed Maxine.
Yes, she got her kids taken away from that, and I cried, and I
Rose
was like
Kelly.
14 and crying at this.
I loved Waterloo Road. But I kind of disagree with you with Friends because I just think it's such a staple and classic. And I mean, one thing about Friends, which is very fair, is if it was made today, it's the least culturally diverse show that could ever be made.
God,
It's literally 6 white
absolutely.
people.
Do you know what it is? I'm getting since the whole Black Lives Matter movement took off, I'm really noticing things
You
now
do.
that I just didn't notice before.
But I also think it's really hard to judge things from the past in today's standards. It's good to be aware of it. That could actually be used as a learning opportunity of where we stood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because-
like Little Britain, for example. Oh, come fly
Come
with
fly
me.
with me.
The
That wasn't
fact that
10
we were
years
actually
ago.
watching blackface is actually wild, but
And
we
didn't realise.
we didn't realize. Whereas now we know. And do you know what it is? I got a newsletter from a brand, and it was just like latest clothing drops, and I was like, white. Oh, she's got a nice tan, but she's white. And I was like, do you know what? This actually puts me off from shopping from you
Yeah, I
now.
just think every kind of media output should represent the world we live in, and everyone should feel represented.
And like, do you know what it is? This might be an unpopular opinion. Given, right, so I worked for Topshop for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm actually cancelling Topshop.
Oh, really?
Go on their Instagram. Yep. Right, okay. The thing is, I feel torn with this because you've got Philip Green, who is just vile. I can hand on heart. If you want to defend Philip Green, fuck yourself, right? Oh, God, you can tell the wine's kicking in. I have single-handedly witnessed horrendous things that he has done.
Have you?
With my own eyes.
Okay.
Like, it's disgraceful. And everything you read about him is true. I'll say that. And
There's no smoke without fire, but this
Yeah.
one's an absolute explosion.
honestly,
of flames.
like, basically, everyone obviously is like, cancel Philip Green, like, cancel Topshop, da. And the thing is, it's like, when you do that, you're not actually cancelling Philip Green, you're cancelling everyone who works for him.
Yes.
He will still take X amount of money.
Yeah.
What you're cancelling is X amount of job roles.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? Having worked there is honestly, the talent. Yeah, that job was horrendous. But I tell you what, I learned so much from that. And the people who work for him, they're so talented. And it's almost like, because they work for him, they don't realise how talented they actually are and how much they would thrive in another workplace. And I do feel sad when people are like, cancel Topshop, because I'm like, do you know what? You're not cancelling Philip Green and his yachts. You are cancelling the incredible talented people who work there. But you go on their Instagram and it's like one black person a week. And you know what? The majority is they're posting that same black person who actually works for them in the personal shopping department. It's not, they're not actually outsourcing, looking for black talent. And even everyone's a size 8 or a 10. Barely ever see some plus diverse sizes, or even disabled people, nothing. And it's actually really starting to wind me up a little bit. I'm a bit like,
Such a massive hype street brand could make such a difference.
and you know what it is? That's the thing. You have your platform, you have like 10 million followers, and it's like, why don't you take the lead on this? Yeah, Boohoo and Pretty Little Thing are horrendous for fast fashion, but actually, you go on their feed and they do represent pretty much everyone.
But also, this is the thing, it's remember the companies that took 5 days to release a Black Lives Matter post? Or remember the companies that didn't come out and support their workers with coronavirus?
That's the
You've got
thing.
to put your money into companies that support the beliefs that you have. And if a company doesn't, it might cost a few more pounds or it might be a little bit more difficult. But money matters.
Yeah.
And they only care about the bottom line. That's it.
Anyway, we went off the beaten track.
Can I give you my next one? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm a germaphobe, and I believe that my unpopular opinion, I think this should be a popular opinion, 2 showers a day is minimum. Is my
Oh,
rule.
do you know what? I'm a germaphobe, but I can do 1 shower a day.
Absolutely not. So this is my way I live.
Okay.
So you should wake up, and before you go out the house and see human beings, you should shower. That's it.
Yeah.
And before you get into your clean bedding, I will never in my life get into bed after being out and about in the day in dirt, feeling great. You should shower. I have 3 half-an-hour showers a day. People tell me
Wow.
that's overexerting.
Yeah, you are.
No. So I shower, go to the gym, shower, and then shower
Oh,
at
if
the
you
end of
have
the day.
a gym, yeah, absolutely.
3 a
yeah.
day. I think 2 showers a day is minimum.
I'll explain my theory on this. I can't get into bed if I haven't showered. I need
Yes.
an evening shower because I just feel like then I'm getting into my bed with dirty germs, and that's wrong. I need to shower off the day. But
Gross.
it depends on my night's sleep because I will go through a really weird phase. It doesn't matter how hot or cold it is outside, but I will wake up in the night in hot sweats. So if that happens, yeah, I'll go have a shower. If I fake tan the night before, yep, I'll go have a shower in the morning. But if I have quite a peaceful night's sleep, then I'll just wash my face in the morning. I won't shower.
Okay.
Maybe it's a guy versus girl thing.
Maybe it is, but I just feel like once I've slept, I feel like sometimes in your sleep you let toxins out, you just sort of get your rest, you're sort of swirling and swelting and all of that in your own space. It's time just to have a shower, refresh for the day. It's like people who have naps and get into their duvets. I don't understand. So if I'm going to nap in the middle of the day, I lie on top of my sheets with a blanket because I'm not getting into my duvet dirty.
I do a bit of both.
My bed is a safe haven of cleanliness. Am I just a germaphobe?
I think, yeah, maybe, yeah, you are. If you shower like once a day, you're fine. I'm with you on this
But I
one.
also don't believe that if you have a 5-minute shower, you've cleaned.
Okay, so when you get in the shower, oh my God, because this was a big unpopular opinion on Twitter at one point. Do you shower down, like scrub your legs?
Absolutely.
Or do you let the water clean it for you?
So my showers are half an hour each,
Yeah.
minimum. So
You're like my brother. Fucking hell, he's in there, honestly. Like,
I listen to good music. Sometimes I have my
You're
hair
so
hair mask in. And I'm just texting.
Why do you wear a hair mask? You don't need it. You've got like...
I wear a lot of hairspray. It needs to keep
Oh
moisturized.
God, fine.
So I always start from my tootsies up.
Oh, you have to wash your feet. I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
get in between the toes, everything with
And
the
then
feet. Yeah.
when I'm got the hair stuff on, then I do the feet again and then leave them under the shower. So because it's a bathtub shower.
Yeah.
So I just sit there and relax for a bit.
Also, you know how you say about your hair mask? Do you ever sleep with your hair mask in?
No.
Oh, because I sleep with mine
I
in.
wouldn't put that in my bed. I'm a germaphobe. I wash my sheets every 4 or 5 days.
I do mine every 1 week to 2 weeks.
Some people leave it for 2 weeks.
It depends how much I've been fake tanning.
Would you wear the same pair of clothes for 7 days for 8 hours at a time?
No.
I'm just a germaphobe, everyone. My unpopular opinion is everyone should be aware of the germy life we live in. BB, go with your next one.
My next one.
Yeah.
I don't know if because I've had the bottle of wine that I'm feeling a bit more cocky, but I'm going to say this one before my other one.
Okay.
Influencers and people who love Instagram. Why did you shade TikTok so much, but then Instagram has introduced Instagram Reels and you're suddenly bumming it? I'm
Hang
sorry.
on. Instagram Reels.
Have you not seen them?
No, what is this?
Instagram's copied TikTok, and it's like you can upload a 15-second video. It's basically TikTok, but on Instagram.
It's like when they stole Snapchat stories from Snapchat.
It's exactly the same thing. So I'm not being funny. My theory behind this is TikTok is harder to monetize than Instagram. So you can't include your affiliate links. You can't do swipe up. And with Instagram Reels, you can still include those links in there. Unless you're on a retainer or you have something for a brand that will pay you X amount to make a TikTok, fine. And I just feel I honestly think a lot of influencers were intimidated by TikTok because they weren't the golden children on it. It was normal people, which I love about it because it's so normal.
I mean, I'm a TikTok convert. I'm obsessed. I think it's hysterical.
Whereas you don't have these influencers who are oh, filter, perfect, da da da, whatever.
Because that's the one thing I do think I think Instagram has become a little bit
It's so fake.
It's just fake.
It's so fake.
Instagram is just the plot you want to show the world. When I put a photo on Instagram, I probably spent about an hour creating a gossip gay caption because I caption all mine as if I'm gossip gay, and I filtered it to it matches the rest of my feed.
Yeah.
So that's not real, is
I
it?
don't actually, like, I have an aesthetic, so I use the same amount of filters for my feed, but I don't actually have that much filter on. And I've stopped face tuning, etc. Not that I ever really did before, but I used to slightly blur my skin.
I did in like 2016. I think when it first came out.
Yeah. So like, I don't do any of that. So mine is like, if you want to look at it from that perspective, natural. I just think like, it's just not a vibe.
My next one.
Yeah.
Is that milk is for weirdos. So I am so against milk. I think it's one of the strangest things in the world that people want to drink the lactation of a cow.
That is made for another cow. Why are we drinking about it?
Can I just say there's pus in it? I actually got this thing up, which is
ew.
What is in milk.
Ew, ew, ew.
So got pus, milk does. What's in a glass of milk? 135 million pus cells, bovine growth hormones, antibiotics, feces, 51 milligrams of cholesterol, 300 calories, 16 grams of fat, and acidic protein with leeches. Why do people want to drink milk? I just don't understand. The idea of me drinking a milk or even a milkshake, I wouldn't drink a milkshake, makes me want to gag. The smell. There's so many lovely alternatives. You can go Soya Light. That's my preference.
No, Oatly.
Oatly,
Oatly's sensational.
Milk is honestly atrocious. And as I was speaking to this guy, who is obsessed with milk. He drinks 2 cartons of milk a day.
That makes me feel sick.
And he said that when he goes to Ibiza, he drinks milk cartons in the club.
You're taking the piss.
Milk.
I'm sorry, but women produce breast milk for our babies to help grow babies, like, or whatever, the development of children. Why do we drink a cow's version of that? Do you not think that's really weird? That we drink what is designed for a baby cow.
Horrid.
Like,
I don't want it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I did used to drink full fat milk, and like my dad and my brother do, because then I haven't quite converted them to oat milk just yet.
Sorry, so you're telling me that downstairs there's full fat milk in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I do just think it's really fucked up that we eat meat.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's very interesting.
It's just the world we live in.
Should we move on to my other one?
Yeah, please.
No offense to people listening, but I'm sorry, but can we just have some child-free zones? I'm sorry, a child-free train carriage. The thought of like getting on a train, like, I'm sorry, you will agree with me. If we pay to go first class on the train back to Newcastle, which is 3 hours, and then you get there, you're like, oh, thank God, first class. You get comfier seat. It's more peaceful.
Let me just put it out there, because we could probably sound like entitled by saying that.
Yeah.
You can find a bargain. First class is sometimes only about £6 more expensive than standard.
If you know how to play the system, you play the system.
It's not like we're just like, only go first class. I feel the same about flights.
Yeah.
I just
please,
think group all the children together.
Do you know what it is as well? It's not like I don't like children, right? I love children when it's like people I know's children, my cousins. I'm like, woohoo! I love children. But when you just don't really want children, like, because my next door neighbours have young children, they scream all the time.
But you know what I will say? What I will say about this, because I agree with you, is I think, children are sporadic and children are in situations that they're not used to, will feel uncomfortable. So I think for a parent trying to manage that in a certain situation, it could be quite a challenge. So if you had a designated area where children could be children and there's no fear of being judged, that could actually work well, because you would not fear the looks of people being like, if they're crying or screaming. So if you had a carriage with all the children in it, then, that's absolutely fine, because everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah, I'm with that.
So this one I feel very passionately about.
Here we go.
I'm loyal.
Oh shit, he's Georgia from Love Island. I'm loyal, babe.
Loyal, babe. That was actually quite good.
That was quite good.
Apple Music over Spotify.
No.
Oh no, do you not agree?
Okay, I actually have spent I've actually gone back and forth from them numerous times.
Let me explain. I have an Apple TV. I have my Apple phone. I have my AirPods. I have my Mac. I'm very loyal to Apple. Why would I download another app to provide me with music service for the same price than something that originates within all the loyalty that I already have with all of the products that I own. It's bizarre. It's like me having a BlackBerry and downloading Apple Music onto it.
Okay,
Strange.
right. Okay, so I just don't like the way it's laid out. And you know what? The playlists on Spotify are so much better. I like my Discover Weekly. I think that comes out every Monday. I like the way the algorithm works to create 6 playlists according to my different music moods. New Music Friday, I love it when that playlist drops. Apple does not deliver the same amount of playlists.
So, Apple do have some playlists. However, it's like I have just found hundreds of CD singles that I have. I can incorporate my own music. Like, you can't get some songs on streaming services anymore. You can't. Like, I have an album called Disney Channel Hits. I want to listen to the Proud Family theme song.
God.
So that, or the Kim Possible theme song. Do you know the Kim Possible theme song? Call me, beat me if you want to be. No? Okay.
No.
That goes on my Apple Music from a CD that I once had. I'm just so Apple. I think Spotify is just downloading a new app. It's like people who have Tidal.
I'm sorry, but Tidal needs to get in the bin. Tidal, and also like Tidal
never
did
popped
not
off.
even work smoothly.
No.
It was fucking shit. I'm sorry.
Tidal just never flamed.
No, not at all. Whereas like Spotify works, and I love. Do you know what? I really want to see the poll on like Apple Music versus Spotify, because our listeners, sometimes Spotify will overtake Apple, and sometimes Apple
It's
overtakes
bizarre,
Spotify.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It's bizarre. Where are you all listening?
yeah.
It's interesting.
Spotify through and through.
So that's my last one.
Oh my god, I love that. I felt like I might have ruffled some feathers, but also I feel like that was therapy, getting some things off my chest.
And how about you all head over to our Instagram and share your unpopular opinions with us, and we'll
Yes.
share them to our stories and see how people feel on them all.
and vote on whether you agree or disagree.
Ooh, we'll be back with our rules for the Gal Code.
Stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at the Gal Code Podcast, or at Robert Gartland, or BB_Bagnall. We want to hear from you, and let us know what you want to add into the Gal Code.
So we are back with our rules for the Gal Code this week.
Did you miss us? I think that was a really long ad break.
So my rule for the Gal Code this week, I love. It's my new rule to live by.
Yeah.
So my rule this week is don't survive, thrive. So we've all been in lockdown. We've all been living our lives. I think you've had time to reflect. I've had time to look back at my life, and I've been in autopilot. A lot of the times I've just been rolling with the days, going to work, getting up, going to the gym, and I'm done with it. It's
I'm
2020.
so with you.
It's time to not survive, everyone. It's time to thrive.
Do you know what I do? If I'm feeling a bit like, nah, I can't be asked, I'm like, what would the best version of myself do? Okay, so say, for example, this morning I was like, I really can't be bothered to get out of bed, have a shower and go get a coffee, because I was like, I'm going to walk to the coffee shop. And then I was like, what would the best version of myself do? Well, should get up, have a shower and go for coffee.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. Bish, we thrive.
But if not, like, I wanted to spend all day after hurting my foot sitting watching the Real Housewives. What did I do? I piled those pillows up, grabbed a throw, and I thrived on that sofa watching Housewives. And I lived my best life.
Absolutely.
Guys, it's 2020. We've all gone through the shit. Don't survive. Thrive.
I'm visioning this on like our grid tile as well, like
But
already.
what's your one?
Mine was like, wear a fucking mask. Wear an effing mask. Just wear your fucking face mask.
So we have don't survive, thrive, and wear a mask.
I mean, I'm going with yours.
The rule for the Gal Code, the
Seventh rule
seventh rule
is
is don't survive, thrive.
thrive.
But also 7A, wear your mask. Mm-hmm. We'll be right back.
I don't know if it's quick because I'm a bottle of wine deep, but like this might be my favourite
I
episode.
know. I feel like we're going to listen back to it. Like, we talked 200 miles per hour. We've moaned and ranted, but we've had a little catch up. This is like catch up time and unpopular opinions.
Also, like I must say, it's a Friday evening. Like I finished work for the day. The wine was getting me through the day, and I feel like I've just let off all that steam throughout the week.
I feel a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like weight is off my shoulders.
I'm a bit worried that Al's coming round now, and like I'm gonna have more wine.
It's Friday. It's allowed.
It's Friday. Also, like I've got a bit of annual leave next week as well, so I'm a bit in like annual leave mode.
Guys, it's the weekend. Well, it's Wednesday.
It's Friday.
It goes out on Wednesdays.
Guys, we're losing the plot. We are.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Does anyone know the Vine?
But also, guys.
No.
this
Do you
is
know
Bank
the
Holiday
Vine?
weekend.
And it's like, it's Wednesday, my dudes.
No.
Okay, fine.
What is that?
Someone listening will know that the Vine reference. Okay, so next weekend is bank holiday, so we're going to do a drunk episode. If this is anything to go by, I fucking worry
So we're
for
going to
us.
say it or shot it. So we need you all. We're going to put a question up on our story. We want Q&As. We want hard questions. We want things that you want to hear the answer to. Challenging questions. No, nothing's off limits.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
And nothing's off limits.
We'll answer anything. And if we're not going to answer it, we're going to shot it. And if we do answer it, we're probably going to shot it as well. So guys, head over to our Instagram, slide into our DMs. We want to know questions, funny things you want to ask us. So we're going to answer anything and everything. And we will see you next week for our end of bank holiday disastrous drinking fields 8th episode.
See you next week.
Woo!
Bye.